It's so good. I'm crunching.
So I'm going to start by showing you my ingredients because they are very important. The first thing I'll be showing you is the flour. I have cornstarch. I have onion powder, aromat. You can actually use any seasoning cube or seasoning in place of aromat. I have garlic powder, paprika powder. I have salt. I have dried chili pepper. I have chicken, which is the star of the day. So I'm going to put the exact measurement in the description box below, so don't worry. So right now I'm measuring my flour and I'm going to add it to the sieve. And the next thing I'll be adding is the cornstarch. Now I am adding paprika to it. And now I am adding onion powder to it. So I don't have a lot of garlic left, so I've decided to share the leftover garlic into two. I'm using half of it right now and I'll be using the remaining half later in the video. So now I'm adding my salt to the dried ingredients. I'm now adding my aromas to it. And I'm adding my chili powder. Feel free to use as much chili powder that you feel like you like to use, guys. So now I am sieving everything. I'm making sure there is no lumps. So it is time for me to mix everything, all the dry ingredients together. Now everything is well mixed and I'm just going to put that aside. And to the start of the day, it's time to marinate our chicken. So the first thing I'm adding right now is the onion powder. Now I'm adding the remaining part of my garlic powder. It's not so much, not as much as I would like. Normally I would have used 1 tablespoon of garlic powder for dry ingredients and I will have used 1 tablespoon of garlic powder for the chicken itself. So now I'm adding my aromas to the chicken and then I'm adding my salt to it. So it's time for me to mix everything. This might get a little bit messy, but then it is what it is. I kind of like to use my hand, all the seasoning, all the spices touches every single chicken. I'm gonna put that aside. So I forgot to mention the egg from the beginning of the video. I skipped that, I'm so sorry. So 2 eggs will be needed for this recipe. I've taken a little bit of the dried ingredients, which is a mixture of the corn powder. I've taken a little bit of that in a bowl. I added 2 eggs to it and I have this beautiful cup with my water that I'm going to be mixing everything together, guys. Let life surprise you. So now I'm just making sure that everything is well mixed. I'm sorry I can't tell you the exact amount of water you can use for this mixture, but what I can tell you is that just add your water slowly until you have this kind of mixture, you have this consistency, and you know you are doing the right thing. So this is my dry ingredient. I love to share it into 2. It's for the same purpose. You can decide not to share it into 2 if you don't want, but just for me to have better use for it, I like to share my dry ingredients into 2. So right now I'm dipping in my chicken into the paste we've created earlier and I'm dropping it into the powdered or the dried ingredients. So I'm just trying to cover up the chicken with the dry ingredients. I try to coat it properly to make sure the chicken is well coated, and then I add it to my hot oil. So you're going to need a lot of oil for you to be able to deep fry this chicken, and you need to remember that this chicken is raw, so you might need to leave it on the stove for about 5 minutes minimum. So if you're going to be frying this, I would advise you leave it on a medium heat for 5 minutes. So when it is about 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, you can come back to check your chicken just to turn it around, because you can't leave it on one side. Now I am turning everything around to make sure it is cooked or fried evenly. Now you can see it is golden brown. That is the result you should be aiming for. And the chicken, I can assure you, is well cooked because it has stayed on the stove for 5 minutes or even more. Look at that, guys. So yummy, so beautiful. So this is the second batch of my chicken, and you can see my flour. You can see that it has lots of lumps inside, there's a lot of crumbs inside it. So that is why I like to share my flour or my dry ingredients into two portions, so that everything will not be wet, because I'm putting the wet chicken into it. So I like to just share the flour into 2 parts. So now I have a fresh flour that I can use to continue with the remaining chicken. So this is the flour, and I'm just going to sieve it. That is the one I've already used. I'm just sieving it out to make sure I get the remaining powder out of it, and then I'm going to continue the same process, the same procedure with the fresh flour that I have. Quick tip for you guys: when you're done frying the chicken, please set the pot aside, let the oil settle, and when it has settled down, you can carefully pour the oil in a container. Trust me, this oil is so good with any cooking. Oil smells so good and it tastes so good, like it's gonna give your food a special taste. Look at that, guys, it's so good. So guys, that is the recipe. I'm sure you love this. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video, inshallah. I love you guys. Bye.